Aaron, and today we're in Texas having the best wedding weekend ever.
We have guests from Brazil, Scotland, Arizona, Alabama, Colorado, California, Illinois, Idaho, Maryland, Nevada, Utah, Washington State, and Texas.
So this may strike you as odd since Texas isn't your typical tropical location, but we began looking in Texas because that's where I grew up, and it was really important that we have a lot of friends and family there. So I'm going to outline why Texas is a great choice for a destination wedding by using our own experience in wedding as an example. And hopefully this will give you a little insight into the Texas planning process. Texas has so much variety, and I really wanted to find a lush green venue. And can I tell you that there were so many venues to choose from for every wedding size, for every type of wedding. I could really design the wedding that I wanted because there were just so many venue choices, which is a little overwhelming, which is why I was so happy we settled on the Waters Point, which is really something out of a dream. It just like, I can't even describe to you what it was like driving up the first time along this like long meandering road. And then we pulled up beside a pecan grove, guys. And then I rolled down my window and you could hear like the river bubbling in the distance. It was just so wonderful. Oh, and there were like deer. There were just deer trotting around. And it wasn't just like that one time. We went back to visit multiple times just to make sure that it was the right venue. And each time we saw Bambi grazing in the fields and willowy trees, and the water of the river was just so blue that it looked fake. It was just the best venue I could have asked for. And on top of all this, the Waters Point is located right next to the heart of this charming town called Wimberley. The shops are so cute and fun to walk through, and for people who had never been to Texas, it's a really great way to visit Texas hospitality. Having a little charming town close to your venue just really adds a lot of texture and dynamic energy to an already really special weekend. I kept having friends tell me how nice everyone in town was, and I was like, yeah, it's good old Texas hospitality. But the Texas hospitality piece of this is really, really important for a destination wedding, because I feel like so much of the experience is really getting to know your destination, and I just can't say enough for how hospitable Wimberley and everyone in Texas really were to my friends and my family who came in from out of town and even in town. I mean, Texans really bring it. Okay, central location is so important, and that really means major airports close by to your venue. This is so important if you're trying to keep your guest budget and time in mind. So it turns out magical wedding venues that are easy to get to are actually very hard to find. For people flying in, we really wanted to keep the drive time under an hour, and for guests driving in, we really wanted to keep travel time under 3 hours. So the Waters Point in Wimberley gave us that destination river feel, but was still within an hour from San Antonio and Austin, which have two major airports, and was 3 hours driving time from Houston, which we had a lot of people
Bye.
And as long as people were traveling for our wedding, we wanted to give them some memorable, only in Texas memories between Jacob's Hole, our Friday river party, and Western Saloon rehearsal dinner. We had a blast all weekend long. So I've laid out why Texas has a great setting for a destination wedding, but I want to get into the flavor of the wedding, and I'm talking about food. The mouth-watering brisket, the fried catfish on site, just the Texas food that we ended up serving to our guests all weekend was really a spectacle, and it was just so fabulous. And I had friends calling me after the wedding saying, I've never had Brussels sprouts like that before, and it's amazing what Texas is able to literally bring to the table. music really added a spice and a character to our wedding. It's an American hill country two-steppy music that will have you and your guests dancing all night. It's the kind of music that makes me think of home. In fact, my good friend Bo DePina played at our wedding, and it really gave our celebration the Texas character that we were looking for, as well as a personalized touch.
Between my hometown of Laredo, Texas.
We even had our first dance to an original song that Bo had written. And when you want to switch it up and turn it up, you know, we had a DJ as well. And last but not least, I have to mention Beer Burrows. I mean, come on, do I even need to describe why this is the greatest thing ever? They even bring you beer. And on top of that, our venue, the Waters Point, has the cutest, sweetest miniature horse that you can take pictures with as well. Well, I hope this was helpful in your quest to plan a destination wedding, or if you live in Texas, simply a wedding. I want to thank my guests so much for coming out and showing up. I don't know about anyone else, but it was my favorite weekend ever. I also want to thank our vendors, especially the Waters Point, who were so wonderful and accommodating to work with. They really listened to our vision and put in a lot of hard work, and it showed. It was our perfect wedding, and it wouldn't have been the same if we had it anywhere else.